Alright, so I haven't posted in a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about. I got these units back in stock. These are the Snake OBD1 units right here. I know you guys see me talk about a few things. You've seen me talk about Honverts and stuff like that. These things are really cool because they're affordable. I think they're more on the budget side, but they do work really well. And a lot of my customers are converting over from chips to these units right here too. So I'm gonna discuss some stuff real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and address the elephant in the room, and I'm gonna just go ahead and just say it. So here's the thing: we have certain people in this community, and as far as like I'm talking about like the Facebook groups and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and address this right now and get this over with and figured out. One of the biggest issues with these units, or any units like this, is the ability to try to tune your own car. Now, if you're in the process of trying to learn, if you want to learn and stuff like that, that is completely 100% fine. That's cool that you're learning and stuff like that. I give everybody props on that type of stuff. Now, I know that there is a certain group of people that they go and they buy stuff like this, you know, from merchants, you know, dealers like myself. They buy things, they buy from other people, you know, they'll buy something similar to where they can install it into their own computer. And the thing is with that is, if you are not 100% confident in your tuning capabilities, in your soldering capabilities, leave it for a professional to do. Do not try to do it yourself. And I understand that people are trying to save a nickel and a dime here and there, but what that's going to do is it's going to end up costing you money in the long run. That's the only problem about having these type of things, is you get like the DIY guys that want to hop on and they're just like, well, let me try to tune my own car and see what happens. And then they go ahead and they blow up their motor. The first thing they want to do is they want to try to blame the unit, and it's the unit's fault, and you know, blah blah blah. So I'm gonna go ahead and address this right now. I'm gonna just say it because a lot of people are down to say this shit, and me, I don't care. I'm gonna just point it out because I'm 100% honest whenever it comes to anything, and that's just what it is. You know, I don't hold my tongue as far as I speak my mind. The thing is, if you're not comfortable with doing the work yourself, pay somebody that is certified to do this. Now, for example, me, I have been working on computers. I have been soldering, installing chips. I have been installing stuff since before. Like, for example, like HCS wasn't even around at the time. That's how long I've been doing this. I've been doing this for a total of about 15 years. That means that I have had years of experience when it comes to soldering, when it comes to installing, you know, 28-pin sockets and stuff like that. I have a lot of experience doing it. So you have to find somebody that's creditable, I should say, history of doing that. The second person that I would trust doing this is Nomis. Nomis is one of my personal friends. I think he's a real good friend of mine. He's been here a few times. There's only a handful of people that I would trust as far as soldering or anything. Now, he is one of them that I would recommend. Nomis is a good dude, and he's the only person that I would, other than myself, that I would probably let touch one of my computers. But that being said, we do sell these units installed, and we do sell them uninstalled. So when they're uninstalled, you have to either A, pay somebody to install it. Make sure you know what they're doing when they install it. Like, you got to do your research, bro. Like, you have to. And If that person has not been soldering for more than a year or 2 years, you should probably find somebody else that's actually creditable and is certified to do that type of work. So, for example, I mean, I've been soldering since the dawn of existence. So I've probably been soldering since I was a little kid. But yeah, these units are really cool because of the features. So I know you guys the Hondaverts out, and those units work really well as well. I like the fact that you can have universal options as far as what softwares you can use. You know, obviously you can use the S-Manage software. Some people frown that upon, you know, but it's more of like what does the customer want to do? You know what I mean? Like if someone says, hey, I want one of these units, but I want to do it on you know, S-Manage, fine, I'll tune it. But I will try to push HCS on them, and that's only because of just respect, you know. So that's what it is. But this right here, this uses, you can use Chrome, you could use HCS, you could use EC-Tune. There is another software that we will not mention, but you could do that software as well. So the cool thing about these is they are affordable. I sell these units, I sell them uninstalled for $250. That's you buying one, that's me giving you the box or shipping it out or whatever. And if you want to try to install it yourself, then that's up to you. You can buy the or pay for the installation part of it. Now, what I charge to install these is I charge $120. That's basically me removing the socket, or if it's not socket, prepping it so that way we can put a 28-pin socket in it. Me cutting out the hole for the case, and then, you know, cleaning up the board and stuff like that. So in total, installed everything, these are going for $370 installed. Some people are like, well, it's still kind of expensive, you know. And at the end of the day, all these are investments. You're investing this into something that you're going to use later on. So if you got a turbo car, if you got like a all motor setup that you're trying to make a whole bunch of power on and all this crap, and really cool, because the cool thing is for example, if I sell one of these, say someone mails out a computer. They mail a computer and they're like, I want a snake board or Hondavert or whatever the fuck, you know. They want something installed into their computer. What that allows us to do is it allows us to remote access their computer from here. Out of state, for example. Maybe you're out of state and you've been poking at my stuff and you've been looking at my page for a while and you're like, oh, that guy's pretty cool. I want my car tuned by him. What you can do is you could buy one of these units, either have somebody that's local install it for you, or send me the computer and have them install it, or have me install it, whatever. And then I could street tune, or we could remote tune somewhere your car. So in a sense, it's kind of like having me there with you guys. Another thing that's kind of cool about these is having the ability to basically data log. You could data log with it, and then you could actually diagnose your car. So some people, they're like, oh, I'm OBD1, I can't put a scanner on it, how am I going to figure out what's wrong with the car? And a lot of people don't like counting codes. I mean, I've been counting codes for years. You put the little paper clip, and then what it does is you start flashing, it starts counting the codes, and it flashes 5 times, you know it's code 5. If it flashes one long one and 2 fast ones right after, you know it's code 12. So instead of having to do all that crap, you have one of something like this installed, and you hook your laptop to it, and it's going to tell you exactly what it is, and it's going to tell you what code is triggering, if there's anything wrong with the map sensor, if there's anything wrong with TPS sensor, or anything like that. So that's another cool feature about that, on top of obviously getting your car tuned, because at the end of the day, that's all we're trying to do is cars running correctly. That's my goal is to make sure your car is running right. My goal as a tuner is trying to get your car to run where it's the most happy and it's the most safe. So I hope this video, I really do hope you guys get to the end of this video. I'm pretty sure somebody right now is taking a shit and they ain't got nothing to do but to watch stuff. But please educate your guys self. And all these I'm gonna show you something real quick. I got a picture of this real fast. Doing stuff like that, they do not belong touching anything when it comes to any of this stuff. If you send your computer out to somebody and that shit looks like the way it looked right now, you should probably run. People like that. And that's the problem with having these kind of universal units flying around all over the place, is all of a sudden the average Joe wants to buy one of these, and you know, they think they're Billy Badasses and they're trying to install this kind of stuff in their computer, and then they go and install it and it looks like some wild shit like that. And then what they want to do is they want to go around and like, hey bro, that shit don't work. It ain't the unit. It's the person that's installing the unit, or it's the only option. You know what I mean? So if you don't know what you're doing, leave it to professionals. Stop fucking around and trying to install these things yourselves because you guys don't know what the hell you're doing. That being said, you know what? There, I said it. I said it. I said it. All right. And that being said, everybody have a good day. That being said, everybody have a good day.
Stay tuned, everyone.